Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Big announcement from Celtic today that you've probably heard. I'm just here to give my insight, my opinion towards it. Big announcement that Edouard has signed for Celtic. He has officially sealed the deal. He has signed the contract. He is now a permanent Celtic player after a very successful 1 year on loan at the club last season. We have decided to take the plunge. We have spent the money and he is now a full-time permanent Celtic player. The announcement was made today after quite a wee bit of speculation. You know, there was the talks about a month ago from all these French newspapers and French sources that the deal was going to be almost over the line. Then it came out in Sky last night that the deal would be made official in the next 24 hours, and so it has been. He is now officially a Celtic player. Celtic have spent quite a bit of money, so much so that he is now the biggest signing in the club's history, and that is the main talking point from this transfer. We have spent, £9 million. That is mad. £9 million. And yes, to English fans who support teams who can spend hundreds of millions a season, that is not a lot of money. That is a bit part player. That is a bench warmer, perhaps. But £9 million for a club like Celtic, it's not been done before. He has smashed the record. Chris Sutton was the previous record of £6 million. That was back in 2000. So, I've waited a long while. It's came a long way, but we have finally broken the transfer record. And after we signed Tom Rogic to that 5-year deal, I came on here and my point was that I think the 5-year signing of Tom Rogic was a real sign of intent from Peter Law. And it was him stapling down that right now we're going to take things a bit more seriously. We're going to buckle down. We're going to make this team good enough for Europe. We're going to actually spend some money. And it would seem so, because £9 million has been shelled out on one player, and it's something that's just never done. It's never usually done. We never spend upwards of £4 million for a player. We try and keep under that, and now we have spent the money, and we have brought in Edouard. But it leaves so many questions surrounding it. Does it mean we're going to get rid of one of the strikers? Is Dembele or Griffiths going to go? Are we going to keep all three? How is Edouard going to get into the team? Is he going to start every week? Because now that we've spent £9 million, it really seems like he's a player who we need to start to get the value of it and the money and the worth out of it. Because it's not playing around. It's a lot of money. And yes, we are making a lot of profits from different things. We've sorted out our season tickets, Champions League football, prize monies for all the tournaments and all on. And yes, we are bringing a lot of profit, but for £9 million a player, you really need to get the results out of them on the park. So is Edouard going to slot his way into being the starting striker? In an ideal world, what I would like is for Dembele and Edouard to start every week. I think there's a lovely dynamic between those two. I don't know if it's just a nice wee French connection because they're buddies, they're from the same country, maybe they just click like that. But every time I feel like Dembele and Edouard play together, I feel it's really nice. It really flows well. A big difference from when you see Dembele and Griffiths play together, because it just doesn't seem to really work out. But when they two play together, Dembele and Edouard, I think there's a real good connection. I think both of them play really well together and they can play off each other. They're hell good at holding up play, especially Dembele in that sense. I'd like to see both of them play up front together if given the opportunity. But now that we've spent £9 million, does he have the right to automatically become our starting striker? There's a lot of Dembele fans, there's a lot of Griffiths fans, and there's a lot of Edouard fans. A three-way split, there will be, Edouard should start, Griffiths should start, Dembele should start. In my mind, I still think Moussa Dembele is the best striker at Celtic, but Edouard can easily, if given the opportunity to develop on the park and given the starting place, I feel like he can become the best striker at the club. Lee Griffiths is still a very talented striker, can still score goals, but now he's in a position where he really needs to up his game if he wants to, because £9 million, ultimately I think this guy is going to be held at the top now, unless Dembele or Griffiths goes and scores quite a lot of goals at the start of the season. Because the board is not going to let this go lightly, I've got to say, right, well, Edouard can sit on the bench, let him sit on the bench. I feel like he has got to get his place in the team now that we've spent that much money. But does he have the right to go right into the team? I don't know. I feel like Dembele was really coming onto a game towards the end of the season. He was scoring some good goals. He was playing well. He was, once again, as I said, the hold-up play and such. Just parts of his game was getting better. It was looking good, and he was improving a lot from the start of the season where he was kind of injured and struggling to do anything. So I feel like it is a really difficult situation now where Brendan Rodgers has got to try his best to balance the game time of all three strikers. So that is the one negative from it all. But at the end of the day, we have signed a very talented striker who knows how to score goals. and that's very evident. We've seen that throughout the season. He went to Ibrox, he scored a big goal, he's scored goals here and there. I feel like if we do link him with Dembele though, there could be a very successful partnership up front. But at the end of the day, it comes down to what Brendan Rodgers wants to play. As we know, Brendan Rodgers has never really favoured two at the front. He's played it time to time, but he's more for, you know, kind of the one man up front and then whatever you want behind it. If that's 3 at the back, 5 at the back, whatever, 4 at the back. He just kind of always sticks to the one man up front. But I feel like we should give it a go. I feel like there should be 2 strikers in Dembele and Edouard, and then Griffiths can always come into the rotation and get his game time as well. But we have now got 3 very good strikers at the club, and it's one of the positions in the park now which we don't need to worry so much. 3 strikers who in a always going to happen, isn't it? 3 strikers who on a European night I feel like are very, very much good enough for us. Dembele has proven that time and time again. Edouard yet to prove it, but you know what, given the opportunity I think he can, and Griffiths can get goals in Europe if need so as well. So I think we're very beneficial going forward now. I've got a lot of good strikers there, and they'll get the job done. But £9 million, no messing about from Peter Law. And the second question, along with the question of who's going to be the starting striker, is how much more money are we going to spend in this transfer window? How are we going to offload? What's going to happen? Could Dembele end up going now? I don't think, there's not been a lot of talk about Moussa Dembele going out of the club. I think we're going to actually keep a hold of all 3 strikers, which would be lovely. I'd love to keep Dembele for another year, as you know, I think he's terrific. So I'd love to keep all 3 strikers at the club. But elsewhere, is anyone else going to leave? Stuart Armstrong, he could very much easily leave, wouldn't mind at all. There could be other players around the club to try and recuperate some more money, but how much more money do we spend now on top of this £9 million? I'd still love to bring in John McGinn. I'd still ideally like to sign some defenders. But now that Peter Law has spent that £9 million, is he going to be reluctant to give Brendan Rodgers more money to spend? Or, as I thought with the Tom Rogic signing of the contract, and as I said earlier in this video, is he going to go along with the intent of we are getting better for Europe, let's fucking spend some money? I don't know what mindset is going to go down here. This could be our only signing of the window. It could very much easily be. Let's hope not. I would love to see some prove elsewhere in the park, and that's what I want to see, and I hope this is only the beginning of a big summer. You know, we're going to get the comments from Rangers fans that are only spending this money because they're scared of Gerrard. I could not give a shit about Steven Gerrard, and I don't think that Brendan Rodgers gives a shit or Peter Law gives a shit, because at the end of the day we're still going to win the title with ease this season, and Edouard is only a small part of that. Who else will we sign? We'll wait and see. Hopefully more stuff, more rumours, more news kind of breaks over the next week or so, and we can see some excitement in the transfer window, because this is the first time we've spent so much in a player, and it's exciting times. Let's do it again. Let's make some more big signings. Apparently Hibs are wanting in the region of £5 million for John McGinn. Pay the £5 million. Get rid of Armstrong and pay it. Just let's have an exciting transfer window. Let me know your opinion to signing odds on Edouard. He is here. Very happy myself with it, and hopefully he has a big season, gets some good game time, and justifies the £9 million price tag. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.